Ann Cahn, you're such an awesome person. I can't thank you enough for making time for me and the audience today. Introduce yourself to the audience so everyone knows how great you are. I know, but we want everybody else to know.
Well, Francesca, thank you for having me here on your podcast. My name is Ann Cahn. I wear a lot of different hats. I'm the author of a book called I Dare Me. Based on a year, I did something new every single day for a year. I'm also an 8-time Emmy Award winner from all my years as a reporter, TV news reporter, 28 of those years in Philadelphia. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I just became a grandma. So
Congrats. That's
that's
great.
huge. And
Yeah.
I'm a 2-time cancer survivor as well.
Wow.
But I'm also the director of career services for the Klein College of Media and Communication, launching the next generation of communicators here.
Wow. So you have a full plate. I think it's so great. And all the things that you do to give back. So again, I can't thank you enough for being here. So you mentioned your book, I Dare Me, and I know you've done a number of presentations that speak to us. It's so intriguing what you did over a year's period. So when you and I were in the green room previously, you mentioned a specific chapter that perhaps would make sense for this audience today. Let's unpack that, Ann, for the audience today.
Well, so one of the chapters I wrote in I Dare Me was about all the karmic givebacks I did. And again, just to give you some context, when I went on this year of first, doing something new every single day, I had come to a point in my life, even though I felt I had lived a very successful life, that I got stuck. I got stuck when I decided I didn't want to change. I didn't want to learn new technology that was happening in my industry. I didn't want to shoot and edit my own videos. I didn't want to learn Facebook, Twitter. I got, and it was also at the time of an economic recession. And so many things were changing, not unlike what's happening or has happened in the pandemic. And so some who are listening might relate to this, overwhelming change can make us feel stuck and angry, sad. And that's where I was. And my daughter challenged me to do something new every day. And so we came up with 365 first-time experiences.
Wow.
But many, people ask me all the time, well, what were your favorites? And many of my favorites were the ones that involved giving back. And so that became a chapter in the book. The book is published by Penguin Random House. It's online, it's on audio, you can find it, but there's the chapter on karmic givebacks. Things like, and they were simple things, just the simplest things like letting everybody cut in front of you, passing your Bed Bath & Beyond coupons to the people behind you, putting quarters in somebody's parking meter that's about to expire, treating everyone like they're in a 5-star hotel. But there were giving out hugs. Those little things just made such a difference. Those kindnesses just ripple out around you and touch people. And I don't think we think enough about that. But when you're stuck and you're sad or you're angry, we forget to give. We don't give. We're in self-preservation mode, or we're surviving. And I found during my journey of first-time experiences that as soon as you could do something, even the smallest things for somebody else, that boomerang back, that good feeling boomerang backs to you, and studies show this is true, and made me feel better. It's just true. When you do something for someone else, it lifts you.
Yeah.
And it could be the smallest thing. It could be a thank you. just the very smallest appreciation or giving something to someone when they need it.
Yeah, I love that. It does increase happiness from within. I've said before, happiness is an inside job, right? But how can we do that if you feel stuck, like you said? So I love all of these examples of these gestures because they're available to all of us. They're available to every single one of us. And it doesn't have to be someone you know, or it can be someone you know, and it can be someone you don't know, right? The Power of Talking to Strangers was a podcast episode I did a few back, and just how incredible it is to have someone smile at you. You smile. It's just this beautiful circular motion of happiness. So I love that you offer that. I love that that's your favorite chapter and you dedicated a whole chapter, and we can dedicate our lives to something like this, right?
Yeah. I mean, and I think sometimes we think we don't have anything left to give. We're exhausted. We're too busy taking care of ourselves. But sometimes I found during this journey of first time experiences, this is exactly when you do need to give. I remember one day during the year, I had said that I would go wrap Christmas presents with a group of people for children who wouldn't get presents otherwise. And I remember it was, after work, and I'd already had a long day, and I was thinking, no, I really don't want to do this. I just want to go home. I'm exhausted. And, but I got there, it was in Center City, Philadelphia, and it was in the basement of a church, and it was dark when I got there. I'm like, what's happening, right? And then I get to the basement, and there's this group of people who are like the Christmas elves. And everybody, all these presents are there, and everyone is busy wrapping. And I realize, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I get to be a part of it. And everything, all the hardships, all the things that bothered me during the day just went away. And I realized this was the best medicine for me going there. And again, I think we forget that this is what makes us feel the best when we're able to give. I'll tell you a story. My father was a social worker, and when I was growing up, I would come to him and go, so and so is mad at me. I'm having a fight with my boyfriend, and he would always say, he'd give me some advice, and then he'd always say, go do something for someone else, which I found as a teenager completely annoying, because as a teenager, all you can do is think about yourself.
Right.
But I remembered this as I was on this journey, getting my life unstuck, that he was always right, that if I could just think about something I could do for someone else, that would put my life in perspective, remind me all the things I had that I had to be grateful for, and that what a difference it made. I'll tell you a story that just happened. My daughter just gave birth at a hospital here, and she just told me this yesterday. She said, Mom, I was in the wheelchair because she had a C-section. I was in the wheelchair and I was near the nurses' station, but the nurses couldn't see me because I was in and they, all of a sudden, she was kind of embarrassed because the nurses started talking about her and her husband, where you're like not supposed to be hearing, but they were saying, wow, that couple in room 466, they're amazing. And they're just, they say thank you for everything. They're appreciative of everything. Oh. And my daughter said she rolled her chair away thinking I shouldn't, but she thought, isn't everyone like that? Oh. Isn't everyone appreciative? But the thing is, what a difference it made for these nurses, that they felt appreciated. The smallest kindness of saying thank you, and that in their minds, wow, those are really nice. It's nice to take care of them because they're so appreciative.
Yeah, yeah. So many great lessons here. And I want to say mic drop moments, Luann, because it's the small things saying thank you. They touch our heart. They touch, like, your daughter made their day and they're not
Right.
going to forget that, right? And it helps propel them for the next patient who might just be uncomfortable and not be as kind as your daughter, for perhaps you just don't know what's going on in other people's lives, right? But to capture that, and I thank you so much for sharing, because it is in these small moments that really help create the happiness from within. And then we glow, and it just, like you said before, it's that ripple effect. It's so wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And you mentioned talking to strangers. I mean, when people say, well, what is your absolute favorite of all the 365 first time experiences? And the one that always sticks with me is talking to a complete stranger. And a
Mm.
friend of mine dared me to talk to someone who looks as different from me as possible. And I went to Rittenhouse Square, and I was looking around for someone to talk to, and so many people just kind of turned away from me. I was trying to find somebody who would be approachable. And I ended up just taking a seat next to an older gentleman, African American, looked as different from me as possible.
Right.
And we ended up having this great life conversation.
Wow.
He ended up telling me about his wife who had died of breast cancer, and I told him I was a breast
Oh
cancer
my goodness.
survivor. And we ended up connecting, which just in such a way what you would never predict. But this is
Right.
what happens when you're open, you're willing to, to talk to people who might have different views, look different from you. And we had this lovely conversation, just reminding me again, we're all connected.
Yep.
And he said he had been sad and he'd been
Mm.
lonely, and he was so glad that I had stopped
Oh,
to talk to him that day.
oh, isn't that just so miraculous? Right? It was just right place, right time. Good for you, good for him. Like, wow, again, what a beautiful circle. And these opportunities are here for us. I think that's what we're saying today. They're here for us whenever we want to invoke happiness with others with these simple gestures.
Well, we forget how much is in our control. We wake up in the morning, we think everything's out of our control.
Right.
Things are happening to us instead of us moving things the way we want them to. But it's really a choice.
Yeah.
And definitely every single day we have a choice. And even if we just mentally said, today I'm going to make somebody else feel a little bit better. And it could be a compliment, it could be holding doors, it could be just noticing if somebody needs a hand. Um, the simplest gestures. We get to decide
Yep. We
how
get to
we're going
decide.
to make other people feel around us.
Yep. That is so fantastic, Luann. So, in all of these wonderful journeys that you've taken and you've sat with people, do you have a favorite piece of clothing or accessory, and how does it make you feel?
I'm wearing a jean jacket today, and I
Uh-huh.
have to say it's relatively new, but I've always had a jean jacket in my wardrobe. And part of it is I always like having it on. Um, it reminds me, a jean jacket to me says I'm approachable. It's a fun day. Um, it's me relaxed.
Yep. I
You know,
agree. Yeah.
it's me relaxed. Most of my career I was really suited up with all the hair,
Right.
all the makeup, and
And
all.
makeup.
But
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
jean jacket meant, hey, day of fun, relaxing. I always feel maybe most me.
Yeah. I
Mm,
love it.
a good jean jacket.
A jean jacket. It's a great staple. I love that you said that because I was looking at it and I said to myself, I think I need one like that. So we'll talk later. We'll talk offline. But
It's
it does it.
nothing like a good jean jacket.
Nothing like a good jean jacket and adds a layer. It's kind of like a blazer, but like you said, it's a casual one. And then you appear approachable and easygoing, right? Just a little different from the decades where you, like you said, were suited up with makeup and hair and all of that stuff, if you will. So I love all of these stories that we share today. Is there one more that we want to share? One other gesture that really meant something to you. Well, they all meant
Well,
something to you,
there's so many.
right?
I'll tell you a story. You know, somebody said during this year of first, hey, did you, because people would suggest things to me.
Mhm.
Um, one day somebody said, hey, have you ever walked across the Ben Franklin Bridge, which, if you don't know, spans between Philadelphia and Camden, New Jersey. And
Right.
I'd driven across that bridge a million times, but I had never walked. I didn't even know you could walk across it. So one day when, I made myself do a first time experience every day. One day I walked across this bridge
Mm.
because I only had 15 minutes,
Oh boy.
and I decided that was going to be the thing. And I happened to be in the area. And I was dressed for work. I was dressed I was suited up that day.
Oh
And
geez.
it was a chilly day. I was in a long coat and boots, and I think I had a suit on. Probably didn't look like I really belonged there. And so
That's
I'm standing in the middle of the bridge looking at this incredible view that I've never
mm.
seen before. And all of a sudden, a police officer comes up to me and he says, ma'am, are you okay? And I'm like, sure. And he's like, what are you doing here? Like, I'm
Huh.
just walking across the bridge. He was checking on me.
Oh
He was
wow.
checking on me because, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, he thought I was going to jump.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And I, probably because the way I was dressed, and maybe because he had seen that before. And
Sure.
he was right there. He was there to make sure that I was okay.
Oh,
And
I love that
I don't,
story.
I don't know. It was just, even though I told him, I'm more than okay. This is a great day. I'm just walking across the bridge, but thank you
Right.
so much for checking on me, you
That
know?
is, yeah. Wow. I
And
love
I
that.
just, again, it's just the way we need to take care of each other, out there. You know, he was there in case I was not having my best day.
Right.
It's just
That's it. I
people
love
sh-
that. Yep.
people show themselves in such great ways. Um, it just reminded me
So
that
right. That we're not alone.
we're
We're
not
here for
alone.
other people and we're not alone.
Yeah.
Luann, this has been such a treasure. You are a treasure in Philadelphia, and now, hosting you here as a guest on my show, I am so grateful for you. If someone wanted to reach out to you, Luann, where's the best place for them to find you?
Oh, just come to my website. It's luanncahn.com, LUANNCAHN. Just run it all together. Or you can email me at luann@luanncahn.com. And I'm on all the social media. I'm pretty easy to find. I'd love to hear from you, love to hear about your first time experiences, um, and your call them karmic give back dares.
I love it. So well stated. Thanks again. I'll put all of those links in the show notes. Again, thank you. Thank you for making the world a better place, Luann. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you for sharing this. What a
Yep.
wonderful message. What a wonderful
Thank you.
podcast.
Oh, thank you so much.